Welcome to Palace of the Core. My name is Stephen Dawes. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. A couple of videos today where I'm going to be looking at the player profiles of those that we've just signed. So I'm going to be looking at Nehru Ahamada and also Albert Lakonga. So I'm going to be looking at those, going to be going through a few of their stats and stuff like that, where they typically play, and also my thoughts on where I think they might play for Crystal Palace. So if you have any questions or if you have any thoughts on these videos, don't forget to let me know down in the description below. And also, if you're watching this one and you haven't subscribed yet, then don't forget to subscribe so you can catch the next one when that comes out later on today. So today, first of all, I'm going to be talking about Nehru Ahamada, who I think he seems like a very good player. I think he's someone that Palace have been looking at for a little while now, and he's a French international, and I think he's one of those players which, he's one of those midfield players I think that Patrick Vieira is going to get on well with and be able to teach well in the things that he's doing. So I'm going to go through some of his stats. He's typically a centre midfield, defensive midfielder. Has played a couple of times in attacking midfield, and has actually scored a couple of goals in that role. So he has that in his locker potentially, but he's more of a defensive midfield, central midfielder. So he's more probably a similar lines to Decore, and I've watched a couple of videos of his actually of him playing, and he seems a bit like Decore in terms of he gets the ball, he can pass it well, he tries to link up play, tries to move the ball forward. So all of those good things that we expect or that we get currently from Decore. He's played 17 times in the Bundesliga, scored 2 goals, 2 assists, and he's got 1 yellow card. So he's pretty good in that return, shall we say. He's also played a couple of times for the French under-18s, got a goal there as well. And, you know, seeing him, I think he is potentially a player that can get us goals. I think, from the midfield, I think he's one of those players that can score, which is going to be good for us because obviously we need more goal scoring ability within the team. And I think that is potentially a good thing that he has got that in his locker. He scores good goals. I mean, I saw a couple of goals, a nice little flick round, and he had one long range one from outside the box, which I'm not sure how often he'll do that, but he can score goals as well, which is I think a good thing for us anyway. He seems to be good in the tackle. He's a bit like Richards in that way. He likes a good slide tackle. He can get the ball cleanly. He's tenacious. He gets in there and hustles players. He gets the ball off them. He's good at intercepting passes and things like that. So he's one of those that I think is going to be good at breaking up play and stopping advancing teams from getting past him and things like that, which is obviously what we need. And also he can then pass the ball forward and get something moving. And I think that in that situation, I think he's going to be similar to Decore. So he's going to be perhaps alongside him. I think he's going to be working well with him because I think they're very similar players. So the two of them together, I think, will create a solid core in the middle, so that you've then got less ability for opposing teams to come and run at us and just take over. I think that those two in together, I think that's going to be a good match because I think Decore will be first on the team sheet most weeks anyway. So I think it's going to be who's going to be with him in the middle, and I think that certainly Ahamada is one of those players who will work very well in the middle. Similar in a way to Will Hughes and James McArthur, in the way he plays, tenacious and things like that. But also quite quick, which I think is good because we need a bit of pace in the middle there. We need someone who can get the ball and move it forward, which he can do as well. So he looks like a good rounded player. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting a couple of links to some videos that I saw on YouTube of him in the description to this video so that you can see for yourself what he's like. Where would he play? Well, obviously he's going to play in the middle. I think he's going to be probably more defensive midfielder, central midfielder than actually advanced, attacking midfielder. But I think that he will be slotting in there with Decore. Now, of course, we have to think about what formation he's going to be in. And I think perhaps I've never seen him play on. I haven't seen him play on the wings, and I'm not sure if he can do that. I would think he'd probably be more of a 2 in the middle with maybe 2 runners up and down the flanks or something like that. Perhaps something like that. I think it's going to be interesting to see where he plays him. I'm wondering if maybe you'll play him and Decore in the middle and have Eze and Elise a little bit more advanced, or perhaps on the advanced of those two to link up with the forwards or something like that. That could be a potential formation for him. So it's interesting to see it, and it certainly is going to add some steel to the midfield, definitely, and give us some more strength in the midfield and someone to help Corey out in terms of stopping the ball coming through to our defenders. So I think in general, I think he's going to be a good signing, and if he certainly lives up to the potential that a lot of people say he has got, then I think it's going to be a great signing for us. But I'd love to hear your views as always. Don't forget to let me know what you think down in the comments down below, and don't forget to wait for the next one, which is going to be coming out today.